and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals here of the KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 73. A return to form, a return to a better time. Oh my god, as I say, blast from the past, a finals match that we haven't really seen regularly in quite some time. So we are here, we are back, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the best Zerg player in all of South Korea, the Red Zerg. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, you have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of South Korea, and arguably in the entire world. Representing his new team, representing Twisted Minds, it is herO. And you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat as predictions are open for the next minute or so on who you think will claim the series. Coming into this, herO, I mentioned this stat before, but herO, he has won 100% of the KSLs that he has signed up for. At the same time, Dark, he's on his redemption arc right now. Dark, he was able to take down Bunny 2-0, Cure 2-0. Very impressive results. I was favoring both Bunny and Cure against Dark just because of recent results, but Dark, he was able to bounce back. He was able to prove his worth here and make it to the finals. And we'll see if he can go even further than that and even take down herO as well. Let's go. Already Dark has performed beautifully in this tournament, but can he go the distance? Can he go all the way? Can he bring it home? For now, we're settling in. I do have our hatch gas pool, Unnatural, Natural out of Dark. Welcome one and all to Starchild. Starchild is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Very large map, long rushes inspired ground. We have plenty of bases to take as well. On the flip side though, this is less turtly, less defendable, as there are multiple avenues of attack as the game progresses. Rocks can be knocked down, avenues can be opened up, and the map is more open than other maps like Abyssal Reef, like King's Cove. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get into a longer game stage. What I will say is that Dark vs herO is usually a short series. Like, we can get through a best of 5 in like 25 minutes. It's like we can blaze through a series like this real fast and real quick. We often see a lot of aggression and some more quirky builds from these two players whenever they face off, partly because they are very familiar with each other. Mind games come into play, and like fake outs and all-ins or fake all-ins or just crazy builds, crazy styles. We do see a lot of aggression typically between these two players. We rarely see longer and later games between Dark and herO. It is a rare sight. For now though, we're settling in. And the map itself does lean towards longer and later games. We might be able to get into a macro game, we'll see. For now, a little bit early to tell. We're just saturating, droning on up, taking our bases. Likewise, back across the map, herO is getting ready for his expansion. Stargate opener into a third base. Should be Oracle, but we'll see if herO does open up Void Ray instead. We'll see. We'll see. So it is Oracle opener from the side of herO. Lings, they do poke in. Oh! Poke in, they back off. No major damage, but they will get a scout. They will confirm the Oracle. So Dark is fully aware of what's going on. Likewise, back at home, he is just droning, just saturating, building up his queens. And settling into the mid game. Settle in. Again, it's going to be on herO to find some damage here, moving out with the Oracles and with the Adepts. Likewise, is on Dark to keep up. Adepts say threaten a shade into the main. Ling's a bit out of position. Ling's going to be going down. But the spores are done in time. Alas, Ling's aren't able to keep up, and herO, he cancels the shade. Does cancel, gets into the mineral line, going for the drones. He gets one so far. Stasis goes off. 1, 2, 3. Drones going to be falling, getting up to 4. Can we get up to 5? Can we get up to 6? Can we? No, he cancels the shade once. This is too much. This is far too much already. This is game-ending damage. 9 drones, 10. No, 10 workers go down. Stasis trap going to be going off once again. This time only on 1 drone. Thankfully not on the Lings. Otherwise that could have been game then and there. But this is still brutal. This is still just far too much. 11 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. And the Oracle is still alive. The Oracle gets another drone. Clutch transfuse saves the drone. Let's go. We transfuse. Saves the worker. But that is brutal damage. From this point forward, Dark is behind. Dark is behind. herO has a very comfortable lead here as he was able to get 11 drone kills and all 6 lings. This also means that there's nothing to punish, nothing to counterattack and hit the third base, and herO's not done. herO, he did open up triple Oracle behind this, +1 and Blink, Forge on the way, Twilight Council as well, and herO, he's going for more economic damage for more drones. Gets 4, gets 5. Oh, takes a lot of hits there on that first Oracle, but he does get away. That's going to be 16 kills in total. That is a full mineral line of worth of workers have already gone down. Dark, he does catch some more tumors. No more drone kills, but the last 3 tumors do go down. And I mean, again, this is standard. This is like a standard setup here from herO, but because all that damage done early on, like Darky's not ready for this. Darky's got 8 lings. And FSA tried to shade past. Link trying to keep up. Last 6 attempts, they do threaten the mineral line. They pick off more lings. And they're getting to the bases. And once again, cancels the shade, getting up to 4 drone kills. That's what, 20 in total? Yeah, 20 drones have gone down. Oh god, that's it. 21, 22, 23. Ay, ay, ay. 24 drones go down. And again, this is just standard play out of herO. This is just a standard setup, standard build. He's now working towards Blink and +1. He should be building up his Stalkers back at home. He did recall the Adepts. The Adepts didn't even go down. They survived as well. So herO, he is very safe against a counterattack. A Ling run by won't do anything here at the third base or even at the natural. And Dark has to make a choice. At this point, he has to make a decision. Does he be hyper greedy? Does he try to drone up and get into a longer game? Or does he go for an all-in? And I feel like the all-in has to be the answer here at this point, as he sustained so much damage. He is getting a 4th expansion, but you can see he's not even at 3-base saturation. You can see he's still on 9 workers here at the third base. He's cutting workers early. Stasis about to go up. Ooh, takes down the Queen. Going for another Stasis. Just getting more economic damage, 9 mining time. Damage that Dark cannot afford. Dark, he's droning. Dark, he's droning up. He's trying to saturate. Zoracle is still reaching the bases. herO moving in. herO moves in. Trades against the Lings. Storm is on the way for herO. And herO just has to play it safe. At this point, he just has to play it safe. Just pick up a couple Lings here and there. Like, there's nothing pressuring herO from, like, going in and picking up, like, 1, 2, 3 Hydras every now and then. Like, he doesn't have to be hyper efficient at this point. Stasis goes off in the mineral line. The Oracle survived, got out of there. Catches out most of the mineral line as well. And herO, he should be working towards that Storm timing. Basically, by the time Storm finishes alongside Charge, it's going to be a death blow of an army here that herO is just building up over time. As he warps in more High Templar, more Zealots. He's up against a Ling Hydra, so he doesn't need Immortals. I think Storm is going to be the end-all be-all, and here it comes. Here comes Storm. Storm is done in 2 seconds. And how many High Templar does a herO have? He has 5. 5 High Templar, 5 Storms. Stasis goes off. Army's moving in. And what is the answer to these High Templar? There's no Banelings, there's no Banelings, there's no Roaches, there's no Lurkers. There's the first Storm. There's the second. And we have 3 Storms left. 1 High Templar goes down. Nice target firing. There's a third Storm. There's a third high energy High Templar goes down. Nice target firing there out of the Dark. Again, Dark fighting as hard as he can, trading as efficiently as he can as well, but it's still not enough. As herO, he will break the 4th. 4th base is broken at this point. More reinforcements on the way. herO, he blinks in. That was a bit of a bold blink here from herO. Bleeds out a couple of Stalkers, but it's fine. It's fine. He has enough anyway. GG gets called, and herO, he will take game number 1. GG. A solid game there from herO again. As a reminder, he killed how many? Was it 24, 25, 26? 26, I think. Around 26 workers went down after the early game aggression. To be fair, that was after the first wave of Oracle harass, first wave of Adept harass, then the second wave, then the third wave as well, but the damage built up over time. Again, it was around 26 workers. It was insane how much damage went down. On top of that, all the stasis traps as well, and Dark, he did die to the harassment essentially. Yes, it was the storm timing that finished him off, but it was the lead up to that storm timing. It was the non-stop Adept and Oracle harass that did seal the deal, that did end up pulling Dark apart. And Dark is going to have to tighten things up here to keep up with herO. We do need some cleaner defense, otherwise herO is going to get out of hand again. And I believe we can. I believe we can get there. I believe Dark can have a cleaner and more stable early game. We're shaking it off. We're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Up next, Amygdala. Now, Amygdala is another large map of the map pool, long resistance by ground. Aggression is not as favored on this map. I'm referring to like all-ins and timing attacks. Harassment is still very much so viable, of course. And this also means that hero's going to be a little bit safer if Dark does attempt a counterattack, does attempt a push. But here we go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, down in the series, but it's a best of 5. We have plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Twisted Minds, leading the series 1-0. It is herO. Okay, the best Protoss and best Zerg player in South Korea, they're now facing off. And for the most part, Dark, he was stuck being the defender in the last game, but what I will say is that Dark, he thrives when he is the aggressor, when he's forcing the Protoss to react to him instead, when he is dictating the pace of the game. That is when Dark really does hit his stride. We'll see if he can get there here in game 2. For now, hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Dark, once again forcing the unnatural natural. It does settle in. Likewise, herO back at home, going for his own gate expand as well. Just getting into our initial game state. And again, welcome one and all to Amygdala. Amygdala is a very large map, large rush distance by ground. There are some interesting features about this map, which also I would say make it more defendable and more late game oriented or mid game oriented. One of the big reasons, or one of the big factors and features, is the attack paths. There's one attack path towards the south side, which is covered by the Zelnaga tower, and there's another attack path towards the top side, which is also covered by the Zelnaga as well. And that's it. Only 2 attack paths, north and south. Because of that, it is easier to see an attack coming and easier to slow it down as well. Meanwhile, the center of the map is fully walled off by these rocks, by the giant tumors as well. In a later game, when this area opens up, then there's more attack paths, right? Then you can like rotate a little bit easier. You can go back and forth and hit multiple bases and be more active on the map. But in the early to mid game, when these rocks are a factor, then you're quite limited in where you want to attack and how you want to be aggressive and how you want to move out. This is the reason why we often see longer and later games on Amygdala. In saying that, there are still ways to be aggressive. We have seen a lot of popularity in drop lord all-ins, like German taxis and ZVP. The reason for this is the rush distance by air is quite short. Rush distance by air is quite short, so making drop lords and sending your queens across the map can be very effective on this map. Likewise, Nidus play. Nidus worms, they don't care how large the map is. As long as the Nidus gets up and running, that can also be very effective. So there are ways to bypass the length or the size of the map. There are ways to be aggressive as a Zerg player, and we'll see if Dark embraces any one of those. Now, first step does get into the mineral line. So far, no major damage. Shaves off a couple of lings, does get a full scout, does confirm no extra gases, does confirm lack of gas mining, and no crazy tech. That does go down. Nice pickoff. Does catch up for his Adept. Lings, they move out for a massive counterattack. Oracle likewise moves in. Back at home, herO, he's somewhat in position, but can he save his third base? So far, drone's going to be going down. Third base has been thrown down, but we're looking for a cancel. We'll get on top of the Adept. Last backup Oracle is still on the way, and it looks like we will force a cancel. It's going to be close. There it is. Massive pickoff. Expansion is cancelled. Oracle was a couple of seconds too late. And this is all thanks to the fact that Dark did snipe the first adept. So first adept went down, which means less to defend, which means less time for the Oracle to pop out. It all did snowball into this. And Dark, can he cancel it for a second time? Oh, not quite. This time here he's in position. This time he has the Oracle. But already a better start for Dark compared to last game. Like, last game was brutal. Like, last game was very brutal, very intense. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? Very early Twilight Council out of herO. That is a Twilight Council in line with the Nexus timing as well. There is no Forge, not yet. If this was any other player, I would assume Glaives. I would assume Glaive Adepts out of herO, but considering it's herO, this could just be early Blink. herO, he's very fond of early Blink into later upgrades. So, one of the two. Yep, there it is. Late Forge, early Blink. Meanwhile, here he does dive in. Ooh, bleeds out one of the Oracles. Only 3 drone kills, not worth it for herO. Again, a much stronger early game here for Dark. Still losing some workers, that is true, but this is a far cry from the 26 drone kills we had last game. Or 20 plus kills we had last game. So Dark, he's holding, he's defending. Behind this, as I mentioned, it is Blink. So here he's going to be active. Oh. Now what I will say is that this early Blink timing can hit quite hard, and its goal ideally is to deny the fourth. It's to deny this fourth base and to force a cancel. And I would say that herO would have a higher chance of doing so if he didn't just lose an Oracle. Right now we're down to 2. These Oracles, they do amazing scouting, harassing, and dealing some economic damage, that is true, but what they're best at, especially as the game goes on, is supporting the Stalkers. They ensure that Lings cannot surround them. They ensure that the Stalkers have some support, whether it's with stasis traps or just the Pulsar Beam. Oracles, they have a lot of value in the mid game. But now we're down to 2, not 3. So this Blink timing from herO is less effective. It's going to be weaker than it otherwise should be. Lings, they hit the 3rd. herO back at home in position. Oracles, they're poking in, just playing with their shields. Taking a bit of hull damage though. herO diving further in. Gets Revelation off. Does confirm the Hydra tech. So he's aware that this is going to be... I was going to say Ling Hydra. That is going to be +1 range on the way. Dark, he might not drone. Dark, he has 68 workers. He's making Lings, making Hydras. Dark, this may just be a 3-base all-in. Yeah, it is. So 3-base all-in out of Dark. He's going mass Ling Hydra. He's not droning, not taking gases. He's not taking up into Infestation Bit, into Hive Tech, into Lurkers. There's no tech, there's no saturation, there's no drones. Oh, catches out one of the Oracles. He gets 1, he gets 2. Oh my god. Yeah, both Oracles go down. Massive losses here for herO. And Dark, he will soon push out. He's waiting for his upgrades. Waiting for +1. Waiting for Hydra speed. Knocking down more rooks, opening up and making sure that reinforcements arrive that much faster. Now herO, he does have a Colossus on the way, not Storm. But herO, he needs more time. He needs more time. Dark, he's breaking through. Now, Dark, he does throw down Infestation Bit. That is an interesting decision here. This tells us that Dark, he actually does want a drone, but these drones will be very late. As you can see, there's 1 drone on the way. Dark, he still doesn't have any, or barely any saturation here. Dark moves in. So this tells us that Dark, he's thinking of a longer game. He thinks that he probably won't be able to kill herO, but he might. He might just kill him here and now. So Dark moves in. Colossus are spotted. Stalkers are trading well. Have the Concave though in favor of Dark. And Dark, he starter steps in and gets off the expansion. He should knock down the gold. Even catching out more Stalkers. And the Stalkers again, they have no support. Oh no! Yeah, a bit of a misclick there. herO, he has to blink back, blink away. Expansion goes down. That was a cancel, not a kill. That was a cancel. And Dark, he's still not droning, by the way. He's still not droning, he's still not saturating, he's still just making nothing but Lings and Hydras. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. And again, here, he had a much shakier early game as well. It's very shaky. And has Dark done it? The Colossus, they can trade quite well against this. It's just purely light units. Probes are falling in the mineral line. Colossus, they get a lot of swipes in, mainly on Lings, mainly on Hydras, and the base does go down. Yeah, massive pick off, and Darky can back off. He can back from here. He can back up. Hive is on the way. Lurker Gen is on the way. Darky's been taking. He's still not been joining. Bear that in mind. He hasn't been joining, but there we go. Now he starts to join up. He's content. He killed the 4th base, killed the 3rd base. All Dark has to do is defend and survive the counterattack. Like, Darky's in the commanding position. Yeah, 12 drones on the way. He's droning, he's saturating. Again, here he just had a very shaky start to the game, into mid-game as well. Colossus, sure, they arrived, but alas, it just was barely any support for them. And what is Dark missing? Vipers. Like, Vipers are the answer to the Colossus. Lurker's morphing in as well. And Dark is looking comfortable. He's looking very comfortable here. He can just max out, he can just chill, max out. There's nothing pressuring Dark to push in. Like, there's no reason for Dark to try to break the gold again or engage with this army without maxing out. Oh, Shema, papi, Shema. Hello, good to see you. Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. There we go. Dark is pushing forward. Again, Lurkers have arrived. Dark is maxed out. He doesn't just have Lurkers. Remember, he has Vipers as well. He's lining the gold base. This is the one way that herO can bounce back in this game, is with the gold. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen here. As, where are the Vipers exactly? Vipers, they are at the gold. They're full of energy. Now is their time. We're waiting for those abductions. We have attempted Skytoss on the way from herO, but it's a bold move going for Skytoss here. Gonna happen. Nidus into the main. That's 0 mining here at the gold. And here come the yoinks. Oh, gets one. Gets one Colossus, and here he just has to abandon the base. He just has to abandon it. He cannot defend. He does shut down the Nidus at least. Nidus does fall. Darky rotates. Does rotate over. Oh, feedback's coming in. Darky gets a couple of shots off. Likewise, Link Hydra towards the top side. They dip in. Reduction here on the Immortal, gets one. Jesus. As Darky attempted to break the northern base, doesn't quite pull it off. Not quite. Likewise, moving in, morphing into more Lurkers, getting 9 more, getting it to 20 Lunkers. Ay ay ay. Down to 18. 2 just went down. Massive abductions. Gets 1, gets 2. Takes down both Colossus. That's all the Dark needed. At this point, he can just dive in. At this point, he can just rush on forward. Over here into the main for Nidus. Lurkers into the 4th. Army comes over behind. But Darky's ready for everything. And again, Darky just got miles ahead earlier when it came to his first push, when it came to breaking the center 4th base. When it came to his Ling Hydra 3-base all in. And from there, Darky's just all over this. Gets into the main base, came to the production. Skytoss is on the way, but it's not going to finish. GG gets called, and Darky will take game number 2. We have a back and forth. We have a series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. As we have our back and forth here. Again, I was concerned this might be a little bit more one-sided, but no, never mind. We have a game, or we have a back and forth. We have a series. Again, here had a much harder time finding damage early on this time. The Oracle harass and the Adept harass was less successful. If you remember, it all started with the first Adept. The first Adept went down, and because the first Adept was sniped, Darky went for a Ling run by at the third base. He forced a cancel because there was no Adept to defend, because the Oracle was a little bit later. That all snowballed into Dark delaying his opponent, delaying herO. herO, because there's a little bit more pressure on him, he did lose his Oracles early on. He lost his first Oracle, just didn't find anywhere near as much damage, and that snowballed into the eventual all-in from Dark. GG. GG, well played. And we'll see if herO can bounce back. We'll see if Dark can maintain his momentum as we get into Game 3, as we load into Frostline. Let's go. Another large map. Another large map. But not just a large map, a more open map as well. And here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, tying up the series 1-1, fighting back and looking to take a lead in the series. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing his new team, Twisted Minds. It is herO. Welcome one and all to Frostline. Frostline, yes, being a large map, but being much more open here. Almost a polar opposite of Amygdala in that respect, where on Frostline there are so many more attack paths. On top of that, the third base, the triangular third base and the linear third base are so much more open. We have seen many a Protoss player attempt and fail to defend on 4 bases, just because it's so difficult to split your army in between the bases and to try to rotate and keep up with rotations of your opponent's army as well. We've seen a lot of players again attempt and struggle and fail to do so. We have seen players attempt to rectify that with static defense. We've seen players like herO, for example, just fully wall up with like cannons and shield batteries in at both bases actually, to try to pull that up and try to get into a longer game, but it's still very difficult. Still very difficult. Again, it isn't just how open these bases are, it's how spread out they are. Like the third and fourth are so spread out from each other, they're so far from each other. Likewise, there's also this center area in between the bases, which can also be abused or made use of. As Dark did get across map with his drone. So hatch gas pool opener. Dark, he's not quite able to hatch block or gas steal. Does pull out. Here we go. So we are settling in. So far we have our opener of choice. The drone is still alive, by the way. Finally goes down. But we do have a herO going for his own Stargate opener, to be expected, and Dark back at home droning on up. We'll see if Dark skips his roaches. We didn't quite get into it, but but last game, Dark, he did skip roaches, of course. That's what led into the Ling Hydra all-in. He also skipped +1 melee. He went +1 range, which is also a sign of less kind of longevity in the game. Melee does allow you to be a little bit greedier. Range instead clearly emphasized just how many Hydras were going to be produced to commit into set all in. So we'll see how Dark does adjust. And we'll see how he does approach herO. So hero's moving out with his adepts. This time joining up with his initial 2. That is going to be a Twilight Council before expansion for herO, so this is even earlier than last game. Now last game it was early Blink from herO. This time this should be early Glaives. I mean, I say should, just like last game I have to re-emphasize that herO, he's known for early Blink timings at times. Like that's kind of his thing. But like blink this early would be crazy. Like this has to be Glaives. We'll keep an eye on herO. herO's going for his third. Dark is here to delay. We'll shut down the probe. And there it is. Glaives are in production. Now, if Dark does skip his Roach Warren, he's going to be in trouble. It's going to be a tough hold here for Dark if he doesn't get a Roach Warren or a Bailey Nest. Dark is checking. He does confirm there is still no third. Something is wrong. Something is amiss. herO is getting up to 5 gates. Jesus, even more than usual. Typically, this is just 4 gate Glaives into an expansion. But he's getting up to 6. This is turning into a 2-base all-in. Like 6 gateways is insane. Dark, he keeps checking. He keeps checking time and time again. We need a Roach Warren. At this point, we need a Roach Warren. We might see one at 5 minutes. As Dark is still droning. There it is. Roach Warren's on the way. Roach Warren gets thrown down. Is it too late? As here, he's banking up with his adepts, banking them up. He will soon move out. As Dark once again, he delays, picks off the probe. Lings, they say he confirms. Yeah, Lings step in, he does confirm. We need some city, we need a wall off. There goes Spine Crawler at the third. So he throws down Spines. Again, he knows that his Roach Warren is late, so it's going to be a more intense hold here for Dark. And he's ready for a wall. Yeah, he does fully wall off the natural. Dempsey attempt to shade. Shade is going to be denied. herO trading with the Lings. He can try to go for the Queens. There's no transfuse. Gets one. Gets one. Gets 2 Queens. Not bad. Shades into the third. Workers get pulled away. Spine Crawler does complete. Roaches are amassing. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Dark. herO, he needs more damage. And the wall is still solid. Spine Crawler does complete at the natural as well. Oh, herO instead just collapsing on these roaches. Picks up a couple of them. 2 roaches go down. Getting 3. Getting 4. Shading on the Queens. I mean, these are decent trades here for herO, but no economic damage. He's at least expanding. He's expanding. More adepts have arrived. herO trying to overwhelm, getting on top of the Queen. Does shade in. Queen goes down. Queen does fall. Can he take down all the roaches? He's just taking the straight on fight. He takes down the roaches one after the other. Yeah, roaches are falling. Reinforcements are not trickling in because of the wall. So Dark only fighting with half his army. Again, only with half. He's stuck on 2 bases. herO back at home, probing up. He's probing. Another roach falls. Spine Crawler as well. They do try to break in. There we go, shading towards the main. We're just trying to keep up. Drones can finally go down. How many? So far, 2, 3, 4 drone kills. Nice damage here by herO. Again, he traded very nicely against the Queens and Roaches earlier, surprisingly so. Shading back into the main. Back into the mineral line. Getting another 8, 9, 10 workers. Does recall back home. Oracle is deflected. And Dark is in a rough position. Dark is in a very rough position. He does have the hive. Sorry, he does have the lair at least. He does have roach speed on the way. Dark, he can go for a counterattack. But he let out so much. 10 drones. 13 roaches. 5 queens. Did I say 5 queens? 6 queens. So another queen goes down. And the Spine Crawler. And 2 more drone. And 1 more drone. Ay, ay, ay. And despite Dark's defenses, it just wasn't enough. And herO takes a lead. Takes a very strong lead here, a very strong stance. Third base up and running. +1 with the Forge, Gateway Explosion as well. Getting into Mass Blink Stalker. And Dark is attempting to redrone. One of the oracles goes down. Gets one. Here he's overextending here. Does get 2 of the queens, but will lose one of the oracles. Dives in. He's gonna lose another oracle. herO, calm down. I mean, hero's ahead, so he can afford to slip up a little bit here, but still. There's way two of his oracles. Likewise, here he's pushing. I mean, he still has no roaming ground army. Just being a little bit wasteful. Stalkers are moving in. Hero pushing forward. Does have the upgrade lead. Likewise has the larger army as well. Guardian Shield coming into play. GG gets called as herO will break through, and herO takes a 2-1 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, herO, he did deal critical damage with the adepts. He was able to get 10 workers. He was able to get 13 roaches and 5 queens. Sorry, 6 queens. Should fix that, should rectify that, but it was insane damage. And unfortunately, Dark, he couldn't sustain that. He couldn't keep up with that. Dark, if you remember, it was a late response to the initial Glaive Adepts. It was a later Roach Warren, and because of that, he had to throw down extra Spine Crawlers. He was doing a great job when it comes to re-walling his natural, but at the same time, it was also stifling his reinforcements, so he was only ever fighting with a portion of his roaches, not with all of them, and here he was able to overwhelm. He was able to catch out the roaches early on and snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. Very nicely done there by herO, and that leads us into game number 4. And we'll see if Dark can bounce back and force the ace match, or if herO will overwhelm and claim the series. Now, personally, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a game 5. I want the most out of these players. I'm greedy like that. I'm greedy, Papi. I'm greedy, but the pressure is on. The pressure is on Dark to bring it back. Here we go. Here we go. Double Forge at the third is wild. It is wild. It's one of those things where I don't think herO cared necessarily because of how far ahead he was, but yes, in a standard game, that's not where they should be. Not where they should be. It's fine. It showed his confidence, man, his confidence. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Wizards of Gold. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, leading the series 2-1. One game away from becoming this week's Korean StarCraft League champion. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg from South Korea, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back, and we'll see if he can force the ace match. It is Dark. Cristiano. Papi, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Ay, ay, ay. Good to see you, Papi. Good to see you. Like, shining as always. Oh, ay, Papi. Calm down. Calm down. El mismísimo Cristiano. ¿Qué tal? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oye, Cristiano. Next HSL? Are you playing? Next HSL. Stop playing team games with Luciano, Papi. 1v1. It'll be great to see you again. It'll be amazing. I want my Cristiano. For now, though, settling into our game, settling into our setup. Those who don't know Cristiano, he is a Chilean Protoss player from Chile. He has since stepped away from the game. It's been a while since he's competed, but you know, he's near and dear to our hearts. Has even casted on the channel before. He's casted on the CranKy Ducklings. He definitely did kind of level up the stakes when it comes to apparel as well. He was able to rock up in a suit. So it was beautiful. It was crazy. I believe that was for, I think that was for EPT NA. It was for the Americas, DreamHack Americas. That's it. It was like DreamHack Winter or something. EPT Winter. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But now though, standard opener out of Dark, Hatch Gas Pool. Likewise, herO back at home going for his own gate expand into Cybercore. So far, standard openers, nothing crazy, nothing too wild. We have our take of choice, Stargate opener out of herO. Now, clearly we have seen that herO, he's willing to go into early Twilight Council timings after the initial Stargate to go into Glaive Adepts. And we'll see if he does go into that again here on Wizards of Gold. Of course, this is a rush map, the smallest map in the current ladder map pool. This map is known for aggression, known for all-ins. You got a tournament on Sunday. I think it's a tester. Oh, let's go. On Sunday. Okay, okay. You're actually playing, actually competing? Ah, Cristiano. Beautiful. I'll be cheering for you, papi. I'll be cheering for you. Como siempre, como siempre. So now Dark, he's just setting up. Ken's still just saturating, still just droning. Likewise, the first Oracle does move out across the map, and we'll see if Dark can keep up with said Oracle harass. Dark, he is making 12 Lings, so he can threaten the third base of herO. He has found success with this already. As Lings, they do hit the field. Meanwhile, this time herO did keep both adepts back at home to defend. Lings, they go for the probe, but last they won't quite get it. Oracle takes a lot of hits, gets one, gets two, gets three drones. Three workers go down. Lings, they get across them, they get a surround, and they want the expansion, they want to force a cancel. And looks like they will. Ooh, nice pickup. Does cancel the third. Again, herO not quite ready for it. Lings, they do head towards the natural as well. Bearing in mind that Dark, he needed some damage here as he did delay his own drone production for all these Lings. And once again, early Twilight Council out of herO. And we'll see if he throws down a Forge. Now, we've already seen game one was early Twilight Council into Blink. Then, of course, last game we saw early Twilight Council into Glaives. I don't see a Forge. What do you have for us? What do you got? Regardless, aggression from herO. Twilight Council is done. 2 more gates on the way. Are we going into Glaives once again? The answer is no, we're going into Blink. Now, if you see what I see, there's no Forge. There's going to be a delayed Forge here from herO, so very early Blink from our Protoss player. This can lead into a 3-base all-in. Right now, we're on 4 gateways. Keep an eye on the gateway counts, as we're getting to 5 already. So already 5 gateways. We'll see if he goes up to 6, 7, and then 8. If herO doesn't take his gases at the 3rd base, then this is the beginning of a 3-base all-in, of an 8 gate. Part of this decision may also be because herO was forced to cancel the 3rd. Because his economy is already late, he might just commit into an all-in as a result. That might factor into his decision. We have a safety Bailey nest on the way for Dark. Clearing up these rocks, saturating. herO, he's still on 6. There we go, 7. Yeah, 8 gates. He's going for the all-in. We're getting up to 7 gateways already. That's a lot of gateways. Forger +1. And typically the 8th gateway is proxied to reinforce across the map. Instead of having a robo with a War Prism, you have a proxy gateway for the reinforcements. As all the tumors go down. Now here he's still building up. Lings, they do get a surround though. Blink is not done. Massive catch, massive pick off 1. 2 Stalkers going down. A very nice catch here from Dark. Oracles, they will punish. Here he pushes. No probe yet. There it is. Yeah, there's the probe, there's the pylon, and this should be the proxied 8th gateway. So it's going to be that 3-base 8 gate all in. Again, here he's very fond of this. Dark is just massing up nothing but Lings. Here he doesn't have that overwhelming number yet, so Lings, they come in for a surround. Nice stasis. Stasis pops off. Yeah, here he creates a choke point. He cannot get surrounded. Dark is in trouble. Dark, he's in a lot of trouble here, trying to engage, trying to dive in. So far, nice spin control out of herO. Another stasis about to pop off. Does connect. Oh my god. Speak of the wall. He fully walls this area off. Lings, they just can't engage. Once again, nice spin control. Lings, they trickle in. Here he maintains his position. Again, he's reinforcing here across the map. The gateway's still in the way, so late reinforcements, late warp ins. Behind this going to charge. This is a proxy 9th gateway. So 9 gates. Zells, they do a great job tanking. And Dark, he does morph in those Bailings. Banelings, they waddle in. Oh, they attempt to. Stasis go off. We get some decent connections. Yeah, decent connections. There's nothing left. There's nothing left here. Lings are still trickling in. Queens are getting exposed. And here he's so close to breaking Dark. So close. Once again, very nice blink control. The Stalkers, they barely survive. Oh, one Stalker goes down. This one so far. Just the one, and yeah, he's done it. At this point, herO, he has done it. GG gets called. He breaks Dark. The 3-base all in. The 8-gate snowball, I should say 9-gate snowballs out of control, and herO, he will claim the series 3-1, becoming this week's KSL champion. GG. GG, well played. Dark, he was able to do some damage early on, that is true, but unfortunately Dark, he had no Roach Warren. The reason why he went for the Baneling Nest, I believe, is that Dark, he was blindly getting ready for Adepts. Banelings, they're amazing against, they have their place against Adept Harass, or Adept follow-ups, Glaive Adepts I mean, which would have been the same build that we saw previously, but against Blink Stalkers, that's where you need more than just Lings. You need either Ling Hydra with some Hydra support, or Ling Roach with some Roach support. We had neither. We had Ling Queen and Banelings, and as you saw, Stalkers, they have their way with that kind of army, especially with those stasis traps. That was another big factor when it came to the assault there of herO. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to herO as he does claim the series. My condolences to Dark, and herO, he still maintains that 100% win rate. herO, every KSL that he has signed up for this year, he has won. He's won every single KSL he signed up for. I say that, I have that little like caveat specifically because for KSL 72, herO, he didn't play. He didn't play, so he didn't win it. Didn't play, didn't win. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO. Oh. And shout out to Dark. Shout out to Dark. Dark, he's letting us know. He's letting us know that that the next KSL is on the 3rd of May. So in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks is next KSL. And Dark, he's letting us know that yes. So KSL 73. Sorry, 74. KSL 74 is going to be his last KSL. So he's letting us know that in 2 weeks' time, that'll be his last Korean StarCraft League. So, oh good, jeez. So much love to Dark, much love. Again, we mentioned before that Dark, he is poised to go to the military. He's already let us know that. I think the last update that we got was he was going to the military in April. This is letting us know that most likely he is going like first week of May. So again, first week of May is the last, or is our next Korean StarCraft League, and it's going to be Dark's last KSL as well. So much love to Dark, much love. Again, he's an amazing player. He's clearly he's in form, right? Like clearly he's in form. Clearly, like Dark, to make it here to the grand finals, like he's still, you know, in peak condition in a way, still in peak condition. But you know, something when it comes to our Korean players is they will have to, you know, go to military eventually, and Dark, he is scheduled to go to the military soon. TM, just letting us know that in 2 weeks his final KSL. It's final KSL. So much love to Dark. Amazing casting as always. Oh, thank you, Ganjama. Thank you. Do appreciate it. So, yeah, much love to Dark. Big shout outs. At least does let us know that we might see more of Dark in the next 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, we might see a little bit more of Dark in some of these open cups and open tournaments, whether it's the WarioTV Mondays, Pegasaur Mondays. We might see a little bit more of Dark. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Kashim. God, thank you so much, Kashim, for resubscribing for 19 months. Oh my god, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for resubscribing. We do appreciate it. Share my baby, share my Kashim, of course, he's a pillar of the StarCraft scene, of the StarCraft community. For those who do not know, Kashim, he is one of the big admins in the scene. He does admin, he does organize, he does put a lot of work behind the scenes, especially in Polish StarCraft. So much love to Kashim. Much love. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be wrapping up. Going to be wrapping up here for the day. I say for the day because we have more StarCraft on the horizon. Let's catch up. Let's catch up with our schedule here, as you can see on my right, we have our weekly schedule. Here we are Saturday morning. We just wrapped up with the KSL. We have in a couple of hours the MSO. That's going to be at 7 p.m. at KST. That's going to be at 8 p.m. AEST. That is in 3.5 hours. In 3.5 hours, we are live with our monthly tournament. That is a monthly broadcast of Amateur StarCraft, of Bronze to Masters. So Bronze to Master StarCraft is on the horizon here with the Master Swan Open. Then after that, Sunday morning at 3 a.m. KST or 4 a.m. AEST, we're going to be live with the Brazilian StarCraft Circuit Day 1. The Brazilian StarCraft scene, they are hosting an offline event. They're hosting a big offline event in Sao Paulo. And this isn't the offline event yet. This is the lead up. This is the online group stage. So there's going to be an online group stage. The playoffs will be at the offline venue. So we're working through the group stage. We're going through the group stage, and that is this weekend. That is going to be Sunday and Monday morning. Because of that, I'm typically the admin for MSO. I will be adminning MSO, and I'm probably going to sleep. Like, I'm probably going to admin MSO, then go to bed as quickly as possible, maybe get a couple of hours of sleep, and then wake up, and then shakily try to cast some Brazilian StarCraft. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. But that's going to be later on, I guess, this evening. That's going to be in 12 hours, actually. 12 hours time, we'll be live with some Brazilian StarCraft. Likewise, tomorrow we're going to be live with the FireGrow Cup group stage as well. FireGrow Cup number 9 group stage also coming at you in just over 24 hours. So we got you covered there. Plenty of StarCraft. Again, as you can see, we are live multiple times a day, every single day, twice a day, every day. We had half a day off yesterday on Friday, and next week we'll have half a day off as well. So we do take half days off, otherwise non-stop StarCraft on the CranKy Ducklings, as always. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. If you want to support us, you can support us via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. So we got you covered there. Again, our Patreon is designed to fund our tournaments. It is designed to fund Sparkling Tuna Cup, Master Swan Open, and Sea Duckling Open as well. So our tournament that we're hosting in 3 hours, that is funded via Patreon. So thank you so much to all of our patrons. Our next goal is at 500 USD a month. We are almost there. We're getting there. So help us reach that goal if you want to help support the tournaments and support the players as well, as 100% of the prize money goes towards the players. Otherwise, very quickly, there was something else I was going to bring up. Slipped my mind. But with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, our next broadcast is in 3.5 hours. Whew. And yeah, with that, we're wrapping up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys either later on tonight or tomorrow for some Brazilian StarCraft action. Till then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.